Hey there, folks. Welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. The free-to-play today is the 3rd of April. Hope you're doing well. We're doing okay. We get some crystals. That's always good to get, as is prestige. We'll take some prestige. We get more prestige, so we get 12 prestige. That's not a lot, but, if we get 12 prestige every day, we probably be doing pretty good. All things being equal, I guess. Not a whole lot. I just saw people talking about Oppo and Newt was doing a accurate reveal, and he got to the territory war Omicron, and he's like, "Okay, I don't care." And it's like, okay. I mean, if you're that guy where you're gonna present yourself as an authority, like I don't consider myself an authority because I've been playing this game for about 2 years, about 26 months, maybe. Out of November, it will be 9 years that this game been around. So, or no, is it 10? It's going to turn 10 in December. I've been away on for about 20% of that time. So that would kind of reasonable to assume that I might have 20% of the knowledge about this game. And somebody who's been playing twice as long as I have should naturally have at least twice as much knowledge. So that would be somebody that's been playing around 4 years, which I would say that that's probably Nooch, Arnold, probably a lot of people. So I'm not your authority on this game. I just, I was looking it up and I'm like, last night I said, I think this is going to change a lot of people's opinion of Lord Vader. Not that I've ever played with Lord Vader, but I just thought that it was interesting given the situation. And I thought it was more interesting that Arnold's like, hey, we already know who everybody you're gonna need for Mace Windu. And it's like apparently it's in the assets already. And it's like, oh, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, I guess. And I'm okay with it. I think that it's I don't know that I don't it's not bad. It could be worse, it could be a lot better, as with a lot of everything else. But I'm okay with who they picked. I know that some people will be, good. Some people will be bad. And but I'm just, I didn't really care who it was. I was just, and I don't think you should. And, people like to speculate about who it's going to come, who it's going to be, and I think that it was really a shot in the dark with these, who people were thinking that the requirements were going to be for before we knew it was Master Mace. A lot of people were just throwing Knights of things against the wall. When I did my Bad Batch prediction video about season 3, I was like, yeah, we're probably going to get a totally new Bad Batch. But what if instead of a new Bad Batch, what if they put, all these other people that we never get to talk about in game? So, but I mean, we all knew that it was going to be reskin with all this stuff. And, as far as the raid goes, a lot of people have been saying how I feel about why is the new Bad Batch in here? And it's just, a cash grab type thing where CG didn't have their ducks in a row for the event, and so they're putting this as one of the team requirements for the Order 66 raid. And, I still don't believe that's net. See, I just think that they missed a huge opportunity. Not bringing in Murray, not bringing in Hemlock, Fee, all these other people. And yeah, Crosshair is cool, but I don't think that there's enough incentive. I could be wrong, but as it stands right now, I don't think there's enough incentive unless you just absolutely love the Bad Batch in every conceivable form. Then I don't believe that there's any way that you're like, okay, I'm going to go out and get this new Bad Batch team. It's either you're probably a very early divider, and when you saw them, you're like, I don't care who's here. I don't care what it costs. I'm going to get them. Then you already is, or you're Arnold and you just buy everything, then, and I think that's the linear line. I basically think that there's nobody who's saying all of a sudden now that they're moving their farm for, whatever they're working on, and they're shifting it to the new Bad Batch now that Omega and Batch are farmable. I don't think that's the case. Maybe if they get, because honestly, we kind of, where we are with this account, there's an outside chance that after we get done with all this stuff, that after we get Slicker and these Naboo tunes knocked out, there's an outside chance that we could go and theoretically start farming the new Bad Batch. There's no reason to right now, I don't think. And to be fair, I would actually say that the reason might be there. I just don't think it's a good enough reason. You might say, well, what constitutes a good enough reason? That being said, of course, I would, but I kind of feel the opposite way about the new tunes. I don't know how much thrust we're gonna get out of the two new Jedi, the Tempo Guard and what's her name, Mace's apprentice in Master Mace. I'm not sure how that, because I think what's going to happen is I think we're going to get, I think the setup is Bad Batch, Dark Side clones with Piat, and Jedi Vanguard. And I'm not saying that there can't be more to the usable tunes for this raid. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I think the new Master Mace is basically, his squad is going to be the equivalent, whatever the Kelleron Beck team or the Gungans were. I think that the Dark Side troopers will be the equivalent of the probably of the Gungans for this new raid. I think the Master Mace team will be the equivalent of the Keller and Beck led team in Naboo. Additionally, there is a chance that because this raid is going to end in June, because we'll have other requirements because, obviously, Oppo is going to be out in 5 days from now, which it will have been out. The event will have started by the time you're seeing this. Because you're going to be seeing this, I don't know, we'll see. But then 2 weeks after that, we're going to get CX2. So that's around the 22nd-ish. Somewhere around the neighborhood. Maybe not. Maybe before, maybe after. And then that leaves the Scorch or whoever for the third week. No, for the first week in May. And then we'll be getting the next one for, we'll get like around the 6th is when we'll get the third tune. Then the 20th would be the Sky's Dark Trooper, I guess. And then June 1st, and then June 3rd would be Tepa or whoever. And then June 17th, presumably, would be when we get the Temple Guard. And then presumably Master Mace would be somewhere after that. Maybe July. And then obviously I still think that we're going to have enough time for them to possibly do something similar or to what they did with the Poncho Bros. And maybe there's some synergy there with whoever's coming after Drew Costanu as far as a conquest unit, but I don't know. But I don't know. I think it'll just be fine. I'm not planning to do anybody on this. Obviously we're doing the Naboo people. We're doing a Naboo squad to help with this Naboo thing. And then we're doing Vanguard for Order 66. And then after that, we're going back to basically standard operating, where we're going for the final orders or SLKR into Executor. And obviously, I thought we would be further along in the farms than we are, but we gotta get these things nailed down, and you can't pick and choose. I mean, you could, but I think to be able to do that, you have to have significantly more capital in your team than I do at this point. Anyway, I've done enough talking. I thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Be more than happy to get back to you. And God bless. Hold the line, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.